sound effects.
Morning, guys. Morning.
Said it's afternoon.
Afternoon. Guys, me sleeping.
So is this the shed where you had the cows, where all the stuff is built up and you put the corn down?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no. You mean, why don't we raise them? Why don't we farrow? Because you can't do everything. You can become so diversified that you don't do anything well. We are believers in mutual interdependence. I mean, there are a lot of people who like to raise pigs or farrow but don't want a market. So we have our unfair advantages. We have a market. We have a brand name. So we provide a market for them through our retail market. Okay, this is the heart and soul of PolyFace right here. This is the Pig-aerating, and like I say, we're just 2 days from being done here. This, of course, this middle is all full of hay. At the end of the season, we fill this with hay. Hay, of course, is just dehydrated grass. That's all it is. Okay, dehydrated grass. Like we ate dried apricots or dried, prunes or raisins. Assume this is, raisins for cows. All right. So this is all full of that. Then when the cows are in here, they're eating through these boxes. This board here would be off, so between here and here. And notice they're on pulleys.
Oh,
so we start it down low, and the cow is dropping 50 pounds of goodies out her back end every day. I would like to have a diaper on that. So that 50 pounds of material is highly soluble. If it gets dry, it wants to vaporize in the atmosphere. I don't know what that smells like. If it gets wet, it wants to leach into the groundwater. And in the winter, the soil is dormant, and all the actinomycetes and gibberellins and azotobacter and stuff, they're all sleeping, and they don't want to eat. So we put a roof over it and bedding underneath it. This is our carbonaceous diaper, and this carbonaceous diaper absorbs all of that manure. And you can put your hand on there and feel it.
no, that's cool.
Okay. All right. So what happens here is that in the wintertime, this carbonaceous diaper is absorbing the manure and the urine from the cows, and they're chomping out the oxygen. So it's fermenting because it's anaerobic. It's without oxygen. It's anaerobic, and it stays nice and doesn't freeze. Then, as we build it in the winter, then we just crank these feeders. You can see the winches there. You just crank the feeders up as the diaper gets deeper and deeper, and then and we add corn to it. The corn then ferments in here, so that when the cows come out in the spring and go back to grazing, then we put in the Pig-aerators. And I don't know whether you notice it, but all the pigs have a sign on their forehead, "We'll work for corn." See, it's right there, "We'll work for corn." And so the pigs then come in and they seek the fermented, oh yeah, it's like Blue the bear, Oh, the bear necessities. And so the pigs come in, they seek the fermented grain in the bedding, and that oxygenates it, hence pig-aeration, like aerobic dance, okay? Pig-aeration. And they oxygenate it, and it turns then from anaerobic bedding into aerobic compost. So we are standing here on hundreds of tons of manure and urine.
And it doesn't even smell.
Notice what smell. You can have lunch in here. Trust me, you can have lunch in here. And so the thing is, the pigs are doing all this work and love to do it. We're not having to get big compost turners, burn petroleum, drive a big machine, $20,000, sophisticated. No, we just put the pigs in. The pigs then go for the grain, and they build all the compost, and they don't need their oil changed, they don't need spare parts.
You got to see this stuff. It just looks like just mulch. It doesn't even look like poop. It's just
And when
clean as
you're
can
done
be.
with them, you eat them. So it's a great retirement program. You don't have to worry about social insecurity or spike attacks. So the thing about it is that it allows us to fully respect and honor the pigness of the pig in doing this work, which they love to do, and fully allows them to express their pigness, so that instead of them just being, pork chops and bacon and ham, the pigs become co-laborers and team players in this great land healing ministry. And so there's a huge relational, emotional, spiritual ramification for honoring the pigs with the gift and talent that is a plow on the end of their nose.
And how many cows do you have in here?
They can go 60 in a side. So this can handle 120. The shed down at the house can handle another about 180. So we can get about 300 under roof. Now that's not all of them, but that's most of them. The others are on rental land, and unfortunately our landlords, none of our landlords will let us build a building like this because they think it's ugly. But I realize it's not pretty.
the building.
We're using our own material. We mill out our own lumber, but we built this 5,200 square foot facility for $4,000. And you know what? The cows really don't care, and the pigs really don't care.
How many pigs you get in there, bro?
We have about 20 pigs in the side. Yeah.
Where are you getting the wood chips from?
The wood chips, we have a commercial chipper ourselves that when we work in the woods, we chip. We also buy the utility, from utility crews for $10 a load. We buy those. We have a local guy that does tree surgery work, and he grinds stumps and different things. We buy them from him. We are fiends on carbon. Wherever we can find carbon, we get it.
Seems like you need a lot.
Yeah, and in my opinion, well, you do need a lot, but you have to understand that in the last 50 years, our nation has landfilled 75% of the carbon that we've generated in this country with yard waste, pallet chips, all this stuff, and it's a sin. It's a sin to have taken up precious landfill space. I mean, we can get an argument about landfills if you want, but to have taken up precious landfill space with biomass that is supposed to be compost and gone back on the soil, and we've squandered that and bought petroleum instead to make chemical fertilizer, and now municipalities get Greenie Awards for putting a membrane over top of these things, pulling off the biogas so we can at least get methane off of what we should have utilized to not buy petroleum for 50 years. I mean, it's insane.